Hi villagers, happy Friday! Are you excited about our BOGO today? Some of you don't have oils, you're probably rolling your eyes and like, what is so exciting? I don't care. If you don't use oils, you probably have no idea. But today, I ask you to really consider what your life would be like if you actually woke up and went for aromatherapy every single day. And when you feel something not working in your body, when you feel off, when you feel a little bit confused or perplexed or stressed or just overwhelmed, what if your go-to was oils instead of a bottle of beer? I'm just saying. Or zoning out on Netflix or whatever it is that you do. If you go and you work out as a part of your stress relief, then you'll really love today's BOGO, because you can get Deep Blue Rub for free. This is one of our most amazing products and probably one of the most best-selling products, because the second you smell it, you apply it on your body, you feel the effect. And if you buy the bottle of its oil first, there's a blend first, then you actually get the bottle for free. So it's an incredible duo because these two together really work. And I didn't like the oil myself at first. I just went straight for the rub. The rub was amazing and I didn't need the oil, I thought. But then I started using the oil, and so that's the one that you'll purchase, and then you get the rub for free, and you will be happy that you did. But when I started to use the oil was when I learned that I could actually get more benefit and more penetrative depth of the oils into my tissues when I layered on frankincense. So I do use the two together when I have a headache, especially this Deep Blue oil is a serious supporter for me for my migraines. Right? If I know that I'm getting them right at the beginning, I'm going to put my Deep Blue on the back of my neck and sometimes just a tiny little bit on my temples so that my eyes don't start to water. And then I layer on frankincense, which helps to push it deeper into the bloodstream and into the tissues. And my headaches have been so supported and helped since I started using essential oils. And I've had really bad headaches since I was 6 years old, like to the point where I have to shut everything out, turn the lights off, and just close myself away from the world. I don't like that. I don't like being paralyzed. And so I really love that I have a toolbox that I can lean into and the sensitivity to know when I need to use these oils. My phone is going to die, so I got to make this quick. When I need to use these products, the second something shows up, like a little bit of a twinge of a headache. So I highly encourage this Deep Blue oil to be in your toolbox on hand at all times. And then of course the granddaddy of it all, frankincense, which is such an important oil to use and to have on hand at all times. So again, helpful for migraines, for cluster headaches, for those things that really, I've heard even from people that see, can't remember what they're called, the halos, right? When they have headaches, Deep Blue has really helped with that. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the rub, and I have this little tune-up ball underneath because I wanted to show you a little bit of foot massaging. And when I work with my clients, so we'll kind of give you the rub down, right? When I work with my clients in between sessions, I tell them over and over and over again to use a golf ball or a racquetball or something with a little bit of give, with a little bit of hardness, and massage their feet. So what I would encourage you to do is for about 5 minutes, maybe while you're watching a TV show, to just roll your foot back and forth. You can't see it, but I'm rolling my foot back and forth, forming over the shape of the ball. Right, it's a really beneficial movement because you're helping to integrate the arch of your foot. If you have flat feet, this is hugely important. Chances are if you have flat feet, you might have knee problems, hip problems, even low back pain. And so when you give yourself the rub down, working from your feet up, you actually start to benefit and move energy, which could be stagnating in a collapsed joint or a compressed area in the body. So you roll 5 minutes or so, and then what I would encourage you to do is just get up and walk around and feel the difference from there already. But then when you start to work with the actual tissues of yourself, you would use a little bit, and oil works as well, but I'm going to rub this in my hands and I'm going to start to really integrate the underside of my foot. So I'm going to rub it in, and I'm going to actually rub it into my knee because that's where I have some pain, and I know that I have the pain because my energy, or rather my pattern, is to roll onto the outside of my foot. So when I walk, and that's really where the patterns are that we want to change. Like, I'm excited if you can put your foot behind your head, like that's great. But what I'm really more interested in is how you walk, how you sit, how you stand, right? And so that's why taking care of our feet and our hands is so important, because when you're in yoga practice, you stand on your hands. So it's important to take care of the hands. So pushing tissues into the bone Just like the ball was when you're rolling on it, helps you to integrate. And what I want you to also feel is that you're bowing the top of your foot open. So when you push the thumbs into the underside of the foot, you can really open across the bridge of your foot and help to relax the tendons that are probably overworked from the nervous system patterning of the toes flaring and flickering. And then when you get that integration, you can even kind of massage and go across the top of the foot, back and forth sideways, and you can start to break up some of that calcification. And if you have anything in your knee issues or your low back issues or your hips, really looking at the stickiness of the feet is going to be one of the best things that you can do for yourself. We're not isolated beings. We're not just focusing only on the area of interest, but we want to look at our systems as a global whole. And that's why these essential oils are so amazing too, because they work on the emotional level, they work on the physical level, they even work on the mental level. And we're working with these oils, the power of wintergreen, the power of helichrysum, that really helps to break up some scar tissue is in this oil. The power of peppermint, which is and camphor, really, you don't take this internally, really helpful for helping for tension and headaches and tightness in the muscles. The osmanthus, the blue tansy, the blue chamomile, just amazing oils for skin's quality and for helping to make sure that you're really integrating strength and support to the tissues themselves, and then from there the scar tissue can break up. So when you roll your foot, and you can roll your ankle around in both directions, point and flex the foot, you really just want to be making sure that your toes stay down. The pattern, and you'll see it when you're just sitting in your world, crossing your legs, you'll see those toes will start to flicker up, and you'll recognize when you have your awareness there, your toes are almost always lifted. I'm gonna put that out there as a guess. And so as you work the feet, I want you to start to work up the leg. And when you work the lower leg, you want to roll the tissues external. So you actually want to turn the tissues in the lower leg out so that you bulk up the inside edge of your calf muscle. Especially if you're like me and you walk to the outside edge of your foot, chances are the outside of your calf muscle all the way up the outer IT band is overdeveloped. And that means the inseam of your leg is underdeveloped. Right? And so if you want to look for global tone, you've got to make sure that both sides, the inner and the outer, the front and the back, are balanced. And so you keep the weight pressing through the inside edge of the foot, then you keep the toes down, and then as you massage and rotate the lower leg out, and you get a little bit more space in the knee, what you can do is hold the shin and then start to rotate so that the upper leg, those tissues roll inward. Now what I'm working with is literally the fascial network, and it's like a wetsuit across the whole body. It's our superhero costume, I think. And when you fill into it, and when the direction of the tissues goes in the right way, you start to create suspension in the body and freedom in all of your joints. So as the lower leg rotates out and the upper leg rotates in, and you start to actually mold your glutes up and in, another good place to use the deep blue rub is in the hip joint itself, in the low back area, all right? And especially if you have pain, sorry, my silly cat's back here, you can massage in, and knowing which way to massage the tissues, which I teach in Bowspring, which if you're interested, I can give you more information. But when you massage the tissues in a certain direction, it actually helps to take pressure and weight off of the bones themselves so that the structure isn't held with compressive bones stacking, but rather suspended tissues pulling apart. So you start from the feet, roll the ankle around, soften the toes, top of the foot relaxes, bottom of the foot integrates. And you can do that after about 5 minutes of rolling on a tennis ball or a golf ball. And then roll the lower leg tissues out, keeping that. Rotate the upper leg tissues in, and you want to really feel like you can widen your hamstrings and widen your glute muscles so that as they start to lift and tilt your pelvis forward for a healthy low back curve, you actually take some of the compression off of your lumbar. So I know, oils, moving into Bowspring, oh my gosh, it's like all this information, but that's the whole point, is that it's a radial lifestyle. We live and we address ourselves as a global whole. We don't just focus on one part here. We focus on the mind, on the body, on the spirit, and I'm using plant medicine to really help us integrate all of those three. So I hope you take advantage of this today. You might not have noticed, but I am doing a little giveaway. And I'm only going to post it here, so if you don't watch the video, you won't know it. If you choose to take advantage of the BOGO, I'll give you an option for the other giveaways that I offered earlier this week, which is either a free rollerball piece blend, you can get a roller oil, or a free bottle of Breathe. But you have to get the BOGO today. So if you do that, comment on this video below or message me and let me know, and then I'll send you out that free roller touch for the piece oil or a free bottle of Breathe, which is incredible for opening up your sinuses and helping you keep your immunity strong. Okay, let me know what questions you have. Just giving you the rub down. I hope that you enjoy, and go out and smell something delicious today and take care of yourself. Have a beautiful one. Bye.